Hello, my name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. So the early signs of schizophrenia. By the end of this video, you will know the signs that you or a loved one may be dealing with schizophrenia or psychosis. First of all, for blogs and vlogs about schizophrenia, check mentalwarriors.click. That's mentalwarriors.click. Let's get into the video. The first sign that you or a loved one is dealing with schizophrenia is when they feel like they're being watched. So I remember when I was younger dealing with schizophrenia, I thought the TV could see me and there's people on the other end watching me. And it became a bad habit thinking that way. And when I sang to music, I thought I was being watched. The second sign is thinking people are having conversations about you while you're in public. So I could hear people talking, just regular conversations. And when they were having these conversations, I would think that what they were saying in the conversation was talking about me. That's just an example. And a lot of people with schizophrenia think people are talking about them in code. And I felt like when I was listening to music that people were talking about me in the song, or the lyrics were referring to me. The third sign is thinking people on the TV are hinting about you or leaving subliminal messages. So I felt like people were, like I said, with the music, but on TV, a lot of people with schizophrenia think that people on TV are talking about them, or the news broadcasters are talking about them. The fourth sign is changes in behavior and less or more talking. So what I've noticed, when I'm in psychosis, I either talk less or I talk more. So when I'm in psychosis, I talk a lot of the time. When I've been in psychosis, I would talk a lot and I would talk really fast. And then other times I would be quiet, like in a meditative state. The fifth sign is destructive behavior. This could be anything. It could be abusing drugs, abusing alcohol, could be smoking more. But yeah, that's the fifth sign, is destructive behavior. The sixth sign is a phobia about leaving the house or apartment. So when I've been in psychosis, I had a problem leaving the house. And I wouldn't leave the house that often because I was afraid. I was afraid that something would happen outside of the house. Or I'd have like a panic attack while I'm outside the house and I wouldn't be able to walk home. The seventh sign is viewing yourself as someone of importance, like God or an archangel, or possible president of the USA. Those are signs that you or a loved one may be dealing with schizophrenia, as delusions of grandeur, thinking that you're someone of significant, I can't say the word, but thinking you're someone of importance. The eighth sign is hearing voices and getting paranoid and delusional. So this is very common. Most people who deal with psychosis or schizophrenia will get paranoid or delusional and will hallucinate. But not everybody with schizophrenia will hallucinate. But most cases, people with schizophrenia develop hallucinations later on in the journey of psychosis. But just because you're not hallucinating, it doesn't mean you don't have schizophrenia. It doesn't mean you're not experiencing psychosis. There's a lot of different levels and layers to psychosis and schizophrenia. And not all people with schizophrenia or psychosis will hallucinate. The ninth sign is getting angrier, and rapid changes in mood. So another thing I noticed when I was in psychosis, if people didn't believe my delusions, I got offended and I would get angrier because I felt like my delusions were real and it felt like no one believed me. So it's important not to deny people's delusions, but you also don't want to imply that the person's right, because if you imply they're right, then it'll reassure their paranoia. But if you disagree, it'll make them feel like you don't understand them, and it will cause separation. So there's a balance. You gotta have a balance when you're talking to somebody who's dealing with possible psychosis or schizophrenia. The last sign, number 10, is not being able to focus. So when I was in psychosis, I couldn't focus because I was too busy hallucinating. I would try to focus on TV shows, but it didn't work because I felt like hallucinations were playing with my hair, and at the time I thought they were ghosts. So I would try to focus on a show, but I couldn't focus because I was hearing voices and I kept getting touched by my hallucinations. And this was stressful because you can't really do anything. You can't make music, you can't watch YouTube, you can't make video. Well, you can't watch videos, but I started making videos when I was just leaving psychosis, and that's where my first video on this channel took place, was right when I was leaving my 2020 psychosis. That's when I made the first video on my channel. But yeah, not being able to focus is a big thing because you can't do any creative work. Some people might be able to, but for me, I found it hard to do creative work, and I felt it hard to focus on YouTube videos or movies or shows because I was constantly hallucinating. And this was stressful, not being able to do anything except hallucinate and be paranoid and delusional. Another thing that I experienced was I felt like people were watching me through like, well, I'm not going to get into detail, but I felt like people were able to hear me talk and see my surroundings, and it was very uncomfortable. It felt like I had no privacy because I felt like I was always being watched. And I know better now. I feel a lot better, but those are the 10 signs that you or a loved one may be dealing with psychosis or schizophrenia. And if you want to read any blogs about schizophrenia or hear exclusive videos about schizophrenia, please visit mentalwarriors.click. That's mentalwarriors.click. I made this website and I just got it launched today. I had it a few months ago, but the website expired, so I just I re-uploaded it today, and I'm going to be doing a blog a day. That's my intention, a blog a day until not until, but I'm gonna do a blog a day forever. And yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. My name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. Thank you.